Welcome to the brand new show where we go through a complete game, one concept at a time. My name is Craze and I'm your host. Today we're going to talk about the meta. At the start of every game, the metagame comes into play as we decide who to pick and who to ban. Understanding who to pick and why it's important to you winning the game is an extremely important concept. Everyone knows that the game starts with the ban and pick phase. Understanding why you're picking a support when no one else will is extremely important. Before we go into the current metagame, we need to understand what meta means. Usually, metagamers are considered the elite gamers, who usually have been playing the game for the longest time period and have the most skill and play the most competitively. The metagame is the environment that these competitive metagamers play in any given game, and the strategies used by these top competitive players. As you can see, metagame involves the aspect of the mind, and to understand the current metagame in League of Legends, we need to know what we're thinking about. This involves learning about the individual roles in League of Legends. In League of Legends, there are 5 main roles that each champion must fall under. These are AD carry, AP carry, bruiser, jungler, and finally, support. The AD carry is an auto-attacking champion who scales extremely well off items. It is generally the AD carry who will carry the team to victory in the long drawn-out game. The AP carry is a caster or mage champion who scales off levels. The more levels an AP carry has, the more his spells can do, whether stunning or just plain doing damage. The AP carry is usually the driving force in the mid game and also provides utility into the late game. The bruiser is a tough fighter who is very tanky and does not need items to do its damage. The bruiser is usually a strong force throughout the whole game. While not dealing lots of damage up front, they survive extremely well and are very good at getting in the AP and AD carry's face. The jungler is almost always a tanky fighter, like the bruiser, but with a little more damage and not as much tankiness. They generally have some sort of crowd control so they can come out of the jungle and gank over committing lanes. And finally, the support. The support is a champion who does not need many items to do well. They always have some sort of crowd control and or sustain, and their job is to babysit the AD carry and keep the bruiser and jungler from getting to him. Now that we know more about the roles in League of Legends, we can look at the current meta. The current meta professed itself at the Summer DreamHack of 2011, with Fnatic showing how strong the AD support bot can be. Since then, the meta has changed very slightly. During DreamHack of 2011, the meta used by Fnatic was AP carry top, AP carry mid, bruiser jungler, and an AD support bot lane. The reason this works so well is simple. By letting the support and AD go together, you're making it very easy for the AD carry to farm without having to worry about a gank. Because the support does not need to farm gold, the AD carry can get all of the last hits and still be just as strong as if you gave them a lane to themselves. With the AP carry, or AP carries in this case, soloing lanes, they are able to level extremely fast, and therefore be a driving force, while the AD carry farms up his very expensive items. With a bruiser in the jungle, he can still provide for the role of the bruiser in the current meta. He can easily gank during the laning phase, and during a team fight he can easily get in the face of any AD carry. The current meta has a bruiser going top instead of a second AP. This is a North American change to the European double AP carry meta. While the double AP is all about bursting one person from 100% to 0% in one shot, the North American meta is all about tanking that front burst and just going after the AP carry, while they have all their spells on cooldown. Once the AP carry is dealt with, it is very easy for the double bruisers to get to the opposing team's AD carry. There have been instances when this meta has not been the case. CLG and TSM are known for their unorthodox play, sometimes sending the AD and support top, or just sending the AD and letting the AP or bruiser get supported. But even with this unorthodox play, they almost always end up going back to the AD/support bot. Why is the AD carry and support bot? This is a common question. The answer is rather simple. The reason is, it's easier to have dragon control when your AD carry and support are right next to it. Bruisers can afford to have teleport as their summoner spells. AD carry and support need both of theirs. It is also easier to get one champion down to dragon than it is to get two champions down to dragon. Remember, while playing your games, it is important to take the current meta into account when choosing your champion. When your team already has an AP carry or AD carry, it might be a better choice for you to choose a jungler or a bruiser. Just remember that whatever champion you choose is going to determine how the rest of your game is going to go, so choose wisely. Well, thank you for watching a complete game, one concept at a time. I hope you learned more about the current meta, and with this understanding, you can help lead your team to victory. This is Craze, and next time in a game, one concept at a time, we're going to look at the starting items, and the part of the game we all take for granted, the time before the minions even start to come on the field of justice.